Hi, my name's Elaine and this is my 1928 Model A Ford. She's called Lizzie because my father always used to call the old cars Lizzie, and so we thought that that would stick because it came from him. He had a garage with a partner called George, and they belonged to the Model A Ford Club, no, Model T Ford Club actually, and they built a Pontiac 1926 I think it was, and when the business was a bit slow they'd be building the car instead of fixing cars, and then they went out collecting and they collected all sorts of bits and pieces, Model A's, Dodge, etc. In later years when Dad retired, he decided that he was going to do up the Dodge. He got the Dodge going, and then he decided, seeing he had 3 daughters, he ought to have 3 cars available. So he started getting the Model T together, and he started doing this one, the Model A. He passed away unfortunately in 2004, and we decided to draw straws, and I was the lucky one that got this one. And I'm really pleased about that because everybody says that it was a really good car to get, even though it was in bits. I always used to go on holiday in July along the river someplace. I couldn't work out where I was going to go in 2006, and I thought, oh blow it, I'll just go back to Loxton Caravan Park. I enjoyed staying there. As I drove in, I was obviously meant to be there because there were 2 old cars and there were guys talking, and I stopped and asked them if they belonged to a club. And they said they belonged to the Model A Ford Club, and I said, oh, I've got one of those. And they said, well, you better turn off your engine and come and have a chat. The next day I went out on a car run with them. I was their navigator for one of their cars, and we got talking, and I said, well, I'm actually looking for somebody who could help me do up my car. And they said, well, let us have a look at it, and I think we'll be able to do it for you. So because my daughter wanted Lizzie, her papa's car, for her wedding in 2007. They said, we'll do the best we can, even if we have to have bean bags for seats for the girl, for you sitting in the back. But we'll do the best we can, and we can use our cars if we can't get it to that stage where it's roadworthy. Grandchildren love riding in Lizzie, and it was once when I got her I had to put a car seat in. So we've got restraints in the back but not in the front, and they get so excited. Certainly Ivy does. Every time she's having she comes up, if she sees Lizzie, she says, are we going in, Lizzie? Oh, Lizzie's out. So we go for a ride, and this afternoon we'll go and pick up her sister from kindy. Ruby loves riding in Lizzie too, and showed her off to the kindy teacher last time we went. So, you like Lizzie, don't you?
Yes.
A national meet with the Model A's every 2 years, and the first one that I went to was in Bathurst in New South Wales, but Lizzie hadn't been tried and tested at that stage, so we just went in my modern. But I went to the next one, and we went to Tasmania, and that was fantastic. We had a few little issues, but it was nothing major. People came to your rescue like they always did, and gave us some interesting stories. Another one I went to recently was the Northern Territory. We drove up through the centre, taking about 10 days to get there, stopping perhaps every 300 K, I think it was. I can't remember because my speedo's in miles. Anyway, we did that. We'd travel for a while and stop and have a break and enjoy the scenery. Every time we stop, people come and want to talk, and if you lift up the bonnet, they say, oh, are you okay? Is there anything wrong? Oh no, fine, I'm just turning over my lunch, or I'm just putting my lunch in, or I say, oh, what's that lovely smell? That's my lunch cooking on the engine. Yeah, this badge is an original from the RAA, or Automobile Association of South Australia, as it was called in those days. I thought I got quite a good number plate. I quite like it. I call it XPG, ex-parental guidance. Seeing my father isn't there to guide me anymore. But I love the car, and yeah, she's pretty special. I was going to Utah to visit friends and family, and I thought, oh, I'm there for 2 weeks, I need something to do. So I found some websites of the Model A clubs in Salt Lake City, and ended up going on a car run with them in one of their cars, and I've developed some friendships with those people in those car clubs, and I became an honorary member of the Salty A's, as they're called, which I rather enjoy. Every year we have they're not very good flags, they're weather worn, as you can tell, they've been flown a bit. I think they've been to Western Australia and Northern Territory. They've been on there that long. Every year there's a run put on by the Gawler Car Club, which is a mixed car club, and it's on Australia Day, so we have Australia Day flags, and some people dress up a little bit in Australiana, and we have a picnic or barbecue. So each national meet we get a badge, and these are 4 of my 5. I haven't got the Northern Territory one on there as yet, but that will be on there. This year we have the South Australian national meet, and when I have that one, then I'll work out where I want to put the 2 badges that will be going on there. The number plate on the front will come off, and we'll have a new number plate for the South Australian one, and that one, the Northern Territory one, will go on the wall in my garage. The fuel can is not original, and I don't use it, but I picked up the can at the Bendigo swap meet. I thought, oh, that would be good to go on the car, and went to an all-Ford day, and there was a fellow making badges, and I said, oh, can you make a shell badge to go on my fuel can? He said, oh, I've never done one of those before. That uses the 2 colours, 2 or 3 colours. I'd like to do that. So I got that, and obviously I've put it on. And so it just sits there. To Birdwood, because I think it's a really important part of our history. To bring these cars out and show them on the road. I've always found that people are really interested in them, and they're actually quite peace-provoking. The number of smiles and toots, and even semi-trailers, you know, B-doubles following you along the Nullarbor plain, when you enable them to get past in any way without even pulling off the road, they'll give you the happy toot, the thank you, or they'll do the wig-wags with their indicators to show that they appreciate it and they like seeing the car. Yeah, so I think going in the bay to Birdwood, it's really good. It's part of our history. It shows off the cars. We use the cars. My car gets used every couple of weeks, sometimes more often, sometimes less, but I really enjoy it, and I don't ever have any road rage with this car, whereas with the modern car people get frustrated. This one they don't. I might get a bit frustrated with them when they don't realise that I can't stop on a dime or a sixpence or a 5-cent piece, but other than that, they create smiles and waves, and they're just happy to see us out on the road, really. I think it's great, you know, that you stop and you lift up the bonnet and they come and say, are you okay? Is there anything wrong? Can we do anything to help you? And it doesn't matter where you are, people will do that. People even have offered to buy her. I said, sorry, she's not for sale. family thing.